with Liam. I met before.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Yeah, from UK. I met him in Turkey. Uh, so tell us about yourself, Liam.
Um, I'm 38 years old. I was born in Liverpool, and then I moved over the water to the Wirral, Birkenhead, and around 25 when I was 25 years old, I hadn't really travelled,
Mm.
and I just really wanted to push myself. And then since then, I've just been going on trips and trips and trips, and extending them longer.
Mm. And now where you are living?
Birkenhead near Liverpool.
Ah, cool. How many countries did you visit?
I think it's 20. I'm going to wrap it
Whoa.
up this year, though. I'm going to do a lot of smaller trips. Going to hit all
20.
the Slavic countries, and
Yeah. You visit some Slavic countries as well?
no, I'm going to. I've been to Bulgaria, Sofia.
Ah. So
That's the only one.
what's the impression?
I loved it. I really, really did. It was like stepping back in time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I stayed in an Airbnb outside the center, just in Soviet high rises, and
Mm-hmm.
it was really eye opening. The elevator was all run down, and
Yeah.
it was a tough area. So I like doing stuff like that. So going
Oh,
out into where the locals are, just going to
yeah.
a bar, drinking, getting to know people.
Yeah. Merry Christmas, Rob Lee.
Top
Yeah.
G.
Yeah. Um, so after our meeting like in Turkey, what happened to you?
Me, well, I went back to Ufra, like that was where it got hit the hardest.
Mm,
Um, and I've got like a really relaxed way of traveling, so I'll just book something when I arrive. And I checked the hotel, got to the town centre. It was quite
mhm,
late, and it was really, really rough. So dark, and there was smashed in buildings everywhere. I went
mm,
straight to the hotel, knocked, no one was there. Went to another hotel, knocked, no one was there. It was all closed because the gas pipes
mhm,
were dangerous, and there was no hot water. All the gas got turned off for the whole
mm,
city. So all the hotels closed. I got an Airbnb, and the guy said there's no hot water, no electric. And
mm.
the second night when we got electric, there was another earthquake, another evacuation. We spoke after that, didn't we? I wanted to do a
Yeah, yeah,
video, in fact, the second earthquake.
yeah.
Yeah. And I just raised a bit of money and used my own money and made meals and went out and gave the meals to the people affected in the tents.
Hmm.
And that's how I spent my days there.
They didn't have after that because we almost I know we thanks God we were saved from the earthquake in Turkey. They had other earthquakes after that.
There was a few more, like especially
Yeah.
where I was. There was quite a lot. There was another big one where
Mm.
the owner of the high rise said, "Get yourself out the building," and everyone like evacuated. But I'll just describe the streets. Like every day, you just saw someone moving out, moving out, moving out, moving out, moving
Mm.
out. It was
Miroslav
yeah,
is welcoming you
there
to
was.
Serbia. Will you come to
It was
Serbia as well?
I'd love to go to Serbia.
Yeah, because uh, I think maybe it's just like Bulgaria.
Yeah, similar.
Yeah, but Bulgaria it's more or it's European country. I think more like in the European Union. I mean, in the
Okay,
European Union. Yeah, because for example, to Serbia, we Russians we go without the visa. To Bulgaria, I think they ask for Schengen visa.
okay.
European Union.
The British people. The British passport should just get you in anywhere. I think. I've got my new passport. I've only used it twice since
Where
Turkey.
Where did you use the visa? I mean, did you, for example, they ask for visa from British
Going to Turkey.
people? I mean, in Turkey, in other countries.
In Mexico, you had to fill one out on arrival. I wanted to go to Pakistan, but you had to go to London to the embassy, and Turkey was a different option, but similar kind of Muslim countries, East, warmish.
Mm.
So I went to Turkey instead of Pakistan.
What country demanded from you visa?
You need a visa to go to Pakistan.
Only to Pakistan? I mean, like Turkey and other countries, you don't need visa.
No, not for Turkey. No, you're allowed 6 months in Turkey.
Ah, cool. So there are like maybe only a few countries where you need visa.
Well, our passport's been declining over the years.
Mm.
It was the gold standard apparently, but I think it can do like 170 countries out of like 200 without a visa.
Mm.
I think someone like Denmark's like 183. So
Mm.
most places, I think.
Today I was watching your videos where you were walking in Turkey, and I missed Turkey a little bit. I
Yeah,
felt that.
it's an interesting place. Which
Yeah.
part in Turkey did you visit?
Like the first one, I don't remember. In the western part, like below Istanbul. I did visit Istanbul. The big, I forget the name. What's the Izmir?
Izmir, yeah.
Yeah, so Izmir, then Konya. It's called Konya,
Yeah.
and Mersin. Only these three.
Mersin was the
And
best place ever, I thought.
yeah,
Do you know where I stayed in like the worst area? I just loved it though. Do you know, like all the buildings were decaying. There was chickens running around.
yeah, we met in Mersin, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
And that's one that is next to Mersin. I think and Alanya, no, something like that.
that's where I arrived.
Yeah, yeah.
That was crazy.
Only those 3 or 4 places we visited. I mean, we didn't travel that much in
No.
Turkey.
I suppose you were living there and I was like there to travel.
Yeah, we did only 4 months there.
Okay, so like I was like 2.5. We picked the best months to go, weren't it? The earthquake.
Oh, so Robley said because we were part of the Europe, we can still get to the Europe without a visa for now,
Now
at
at
least.
least.
Yeah.
We need to take back control. Now we've got a king. We need to
Do you know why UK left the European Union?
I don't my opinion was I think a lot of people were tired with the media, a lot of people were tired with the politics, so no matter what they're so untrusted, the Tory party and David Cameron, that if he said cross that road and go that way, we'd think, why does he want us to do that? There must be something in it for him. So before he was in power, he campaigned to be out, and then he campaigned to be in. And it just seemed like he was corrupt. So you had that, then you had the BBC, which is so unpopular in the country, pushing to stay in, and you just had a load of doom and gloomers, and I think people were just fed up of it. And I think it was just like a rejection of being talked down to by Europe. I think a lot of people saw it like that.
Did the life change since you left Europe?
No. Like I personally, I honestly believed it was fixed, and I didn't vote. I just thought, like it's full gone conclusion. The media, everyone's ramped up, and every celebrities came out and said we need to stay in it. They were just 100% like
So the life didn't
landslide.
change, the prices didn't change, nothing.
Don't know, not like staggering. You know, you'd never go to like the shop and be blown away or anything.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But still, I think the money of UK is what's it called?
Pound.
Pound, yes, pound. Pound worth more than euro, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
only a little bit, but like a yeah, the pound needs to make a comeback.
I don't know if we can judge the economical success of the country by the value of the currency or not.
Not necessarily, because a country could be doing well and just inflating the currency anyway. You
Mhm.
know,
Yeah, I see. So, what other countries you visit after Turkey?
I went to Venice. I had a friend that I met in Malta.
Italy.
Yeah, I had a friend that I met in Malta, from Romania, and he was a character, and he was in Venice, and he said, "Hey, brother, come to Venice with me. Work. I've got some nice work. It's all okay." I thought we'd be like painting a house or something. So like 2 weeks in Venice, paint a house, get a bit of money, and then leave. No, he wanted to do something highly illegal. Anyway, we ended up arguing at the bus station. I've got all the text. I can send you them so you can verify, like the arguments afterwards and stuff. We ended up like arguing in Venice bus station, and I left him, went to Paris, caught up with a friend, a Mexican girl
What
who,
about Venice? Is the town where it's on the water?
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, lovely.
They have no
I've got a few
roads.
videos. I'll send them to you so you can verify the story. Well, this guy's like a psycho, and I leave him in Venice. I thought, like, he's getting all irate. I think what happened is that I booked 2 bus tickets to Venice, and I mean to Paris from Venice, and then I didn't put his name on, and then right at the last minute he said, "Check my name's on it," and I was like, "Oh, I think it'd be okay." Then we got there, and he wouldn't let him on the coach because his name weren't on the ticket. It just said my name plus guest. It had my details, and he just snapped straight away at me. And he's like, you done this, you done that. And I was just like, no, like, I tried to put it right. I said, I'll go to Paris, I'll wait for you, I'll buy another ticket. My fault, no problem. He kicked off. So I just left. And then, like, he still threatens me to this day. But yeah, I went to Paris for the night and then just came home. And then I went back to Paris to stay with my friend who's visiting Birkenhead right now. And he's a journalist. He works for BN Sport.
Oh, cool.
I met him from couch surfing. He came to Liverpool with his sister, and I asked to stay in mine because the hotel prices were expensive. I was like, "We've got a party tonight. I would have a normal night." And he's like, "Oh, it's too expensive. We'll probably end up at a bus stop, me and my sister." I was like, "Come on, stay at mine." Then he invited me to Nice. And then, anyway, fast forward, he's became a journalist for BN Sport. And he goes to all the games, gets the credentials.
Yeah, the guest is
So we got to
yeah.
go in the stadium, meet
Oh,
players and stuff, sit in the press conference, all from letting him stay at mine a few years ago. So yeah, he's here today, and I've just been taking him on a tour of my town where I live. We've got like loads of great history. It's been on the decline for about 100 years, but the history is good. Who was the guest? It's Liam. We've done a video together in Mason.
Yeah, I shared the collaboration. I will share your video. Your channel. It's about what? Your channel.
Um, it's a good question. I never know how to define it, but it's about me getting better at making videos. To be honest, ultimately, really like
Yeah.
putting it
Oh,
in
about
into
your
focus and
travel.
improving. I would say, but I've used my strategy to grow was to get videos that will always get clicks into the future. Just talking about
Mm-hmm.
generic topics in local areas,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to evolve into travel. And as I travel more, be more vlogs. Currently uploading like a series from Paris.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've seen also like you are making videos. Like I mean, me like half Russian exists only for 1 hour and 1 year and a little bit, but you joined it like from 2012. Like
No, I never ever made a video. That was just when I made my account for YouTube. I never
the
ever
account.
thought to create anything in 2012. I just wanted a YouTube account where
Hmm.
it holds all your data and shows you your subscribers and stuff. That's when I
Hmm.
joined YouTube.
Yeah, but I still see like 2 years ago videos, 3 years ago videos.
Beginning of the pandemic, yeah. Um,
Oh.
During lockdown, I started making videos, and then the lockdown happened. I went back to work.
Mm.
My employer was the council, and they didn't like my videos. They really didn't like them. So I was almost always in trouble every single week, and it
Mm.
made it hard. Like I've got files, like I done a freedom of information request against them. And I've got files, and you can see through the files. Like I could go and show you them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's
Like
cool. I
it
mean,
was hard to
you.
create, so I stopped. And then when I went to Turkey, my channel was about to drop off and die. It was collapsing. So I went to Turkey to make get watch time and
Mm-hmm.
just put out long videos. So every click would be a big portion of that. And then came back, took a bit of time
What
off.
about this video that get 8,000 views, like Birkenhead's most crafty boozer? It's where?
Most of my fans are from Birkenhead.
It's Turkey.
If you look, probably made about 80 Birkenhead videos,
Mm-hmm.
maybe more. I don't know the stats.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, but why you don't? I think you don't make like that much videos, especially like 3 months ago. Like I see 2 weeks
Yeah,
ago and
like
3 months ago. Like
when you're under
took a long break.
investigation
Like.
from your employer, and I'll give you an example. In those files, the manager complained to HR saying there was a negative political message in a pub on the wall in a
Mm.
video. Is there anything we can do to him for it? That
Ah,
was the length that they're going at. So like I just knew if I made the video, it's going to get used against me. They're going to sack me during COVID. If I got another job, you go back into the furlough, you get no money. You know, like it was just too risky, to be honest with you. So I
mm.
just had to save up and keep my head down, and you know,
Mhm.
film stuff. But like Joe, with the stress and dealing with the investigations, it was just too hard to film. It was too hard to film. Um, I would say now I'm truly motivated. I want to get about 200 videos this year, 150, 200 full good videos,
Mhm.
each one getting better consistently. Um,
Yeah,
pace
you
that.
have that. How to say? You have that charisma. You can say. For example, I see that like the new video where you talk with kids. I mean, it's clear from you that you like to talk to people and you are more like more open minded to people.
Yeah,
It's
like I don't
easy
know. I
going.
would never judge anyone. Like unless they look threatening. So like if someone's threatening, you have that vibe about them. on your guard, but like most people, I'm just the most laid back person ever. Like,
Mm.
I'll give you an example. I was in Mexico and I was flying home or flying from, home from Mexico City the next day. And I met just some guy at a bar, random guy, and he loved music and stuff, and he loved English music. He's like, "Oh, do you want to come to mine?" I was like, "Oh, I've got to go get a flight." He's like, "Oh, I live closer to the airport, so it's handy." And I was like, "All right then." Then he was showing me around his house. I've got a picture up on Instagram when you go down enough. He was showing me around his house, and he had like all these like trinkets, and I stayed in his house. He fed me, and then he put me in a taxi to the airport to make sure I got there. Just putting yourself out there in them situations and saying, "Yeah, all right then. Yeah, all right then." You know, you you find out like most people are genuine. And what I would say if you was to how to spot someone devious, if you was to cast a movie and you need a villain, a low level villain or a high level or a retard or someone violent, would you cast that person you're talking to? You know, have they got that kind of like villain vibe? I think people have vibes,
Mhm.
and every time I got into bad situations, even in Turkey, it was just like a crook vibe to the person because everyone wants a bit of money and stuff when you're out there.
Mhm.
So like people will walk with you, they'll talk with you, and they'll eventually. I'm the kind of person who will say, let's see how this plays out.
Mhm.
Can this person physically beat me up and take it off me? No. So okay, let's see how it plays out. And like quite often I'm right.
Mhm.
Quite often you've got a sense. Trust your sense as well. Trust it.
Yeah, people are different, and you never know the reaction of them when you talk to them or you record them. Some
Yeah.
people don't like to be recorded at all.
Yeah, it's a funny one. It's a funny one. It goes both ways though, because like I film in pubs quite a lot.
Mm.
Yeah, so like people are like having good times and they actually do want to be filmed. They're like, "Hey, hey," and some of like my pub videos are like people have dragged me on and you know, like everyone's been really drunk, but I've had my camera with me and I've ran down the street, put my camera down to get us
Mhm.
walking. Then people like in England when we're drunk, we sing and stuff, sing football chants, and then we've all like been singing, and I've caught like the perfect shot of us all singing down the road.
Mhm.
And I don't know. So it goes both ways. You get people who really like to be on. Kids like to be on. When you're vlogging in the street, kids like YouTube, 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 YouTube.
You remember? He reminds me of people from Sri Lanka. Most of them they like to be recorded. They like to be in
Yeah,
videos. The same about Indian people also.
yeah.
They like it.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've seen some Indian vlogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's always
Yeah,
like about 100 people in the background, just like
yeah, especially when like European guys they come to India or the Sri Lanka. A lot of people they like to be recorded, and then
yeah.
it was so easy to find people there to participate in the video. Yeah.
So you lived in India for a week, or did you just travel to India?
India only 1 week we lived. We just had to leave like we passed it.
Just past it. Okay. What's that humidity like? Because people.
The India was like a surprise for me. Like I mean, I heard a lot of stuff about India, but I believed them only when I came to it.
Okay.
For
It's like
example, the thing about
past your expectations.
yeah, because I was always saying, oh, those are like stereotypes. People always talk about such things, but when I saw me with my own eyes, like I mean, in some places, like cows walking in the street,
Yeah.
I mean, you of course you start believing that because you saw that with your own eyes. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's fun, I would
Different
say.
cultures, isn't it? Different cultures, different.
Different culture, yes, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
But
interesting.
still, I mean, Sri Lanka also, because we have been in Sri Lanka much more, like 6 months in Sri Lanka, and oh my God, I made so
What's it
many
like living there,
videos
like
for them.
price wise, and
What?
what's price wise in Sri Lanka like to like day to day living?
Price?
Yeah, the
It's
cost of
much
living.
cheaper. It's cheaper than in Europe, in all Europe. I mean, cheaper than in Russia, cheaper than in here in Serbia. It's cheap. It's very cheap. I mean, we lived, for example, like for like apartment, we paid $175. The food was cheap, everything is
It's cool
cheap, and
that.
it's possible. Even like we even when we start looking for a house, we found a villa, big villa. It wasn't like in the main city, a little bit far from the city, but an okay place, clean road and everything. But it was like a big villa for $100, like a big
Wow,
villa. Like two
crazy that,
floors.
isn't it?
Imagine like 2 floors villa with the garage, with parking, with everything, like for $100.
It's good time, yeah.
Yeah. So that's the same
How do you
about
book places
India.
when you find these villas? Do you just go to the place as a local and go through the
No,
proper
I
channels like agencies, or do you book
mostly
online?
no, mostly I look for owners, because uh, each country we visit, we always ask local people. We ask them what's the website where you use, where you find renting, where you can find the owners.
Yeah,
So mostly those websites you can find agencies as well, but it's better to find the owner directly. Yeah. And that's how like we found some owners, and they just show us the place.
Is that bothering anyone? The light up there, or
I don't know, it's not annoying for me. I have some lights also like there here.
yeah, um,
it, it's okay. It's
fair
not
enough.
hiding your face. This is the most important. Yeah.
So
So
when you
after
travel,
France,
pardon?
what?
What did you I was going to say, when you travel, how do you go about booking your holiday? How do you go about organizing it?
I don't know. It's not that. I mean, it's different when you are alone and when you are with the family. So with
Okay,
the
right,
family, you
yeah.
have,
I don't have a family, but yeah,
yeah, you have to organize depend on your family. But when you are alone, it's another story.
yeah,
You can, for
yeah,
example, when you are alone, you just use couch surfing, and
yeah.
five
Just
people, they
roll
will
up to
host
a place
you.
and figure it out.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
went traveling with my Latina ex-girlfriend. Where did we went? Booked a flight to Frankfurt, and we were going to go up Cologne, Amsterdam, and then home. We got to Frankfurt, and it's not like the most touristic place. It's more like a business place.
Mhm.
And she was just whinging, what's the plan? What's the plan? And I'd get to a place, eat, figure things out, find a place to stay. And she
Mhm.
was like so stressed the whole time. And then I was like, oh, do you know what? Just end Germany, we'll go to Brussels. I know Brussels, I've got family there. And, everything's like quite small. You can walk around and show it all the nice things and keep it entertained.
Mhm.
So we get the bus to Brussels. I have a drink on the bus, and she didn't want me to drink, so she's in a bad mood with me. When we thought, well, I fell asleep. My phone was on. I only had a wireless charger. When I fell asleep, it rolled down the bus, and she was so angry with me. She didn't tell me. We get off. My battery's dead. The Airbnb booking's gone. I was like, all right, we'll go to my auntie's. I'm walking to my auntie's. I know the way. She's like, no, 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 no. Like getting scared and stuff. It's late. I was like, it's 25 minutes. I'd rather walk there, or like maybe 45 minutes. I'd rather walk there, get there, than get the wrong bus and figure things out. So
Mhm.
we're on the way. Some people say, oh, you can get the train. I was like, yeah, but the train goes past and you've got to walk back. And she's kicking off, kicking off, kicking off. We get to my auntie's, and my auntie's on holiday. and she has a meltdown, an absolute meltdown on the street. It's about 11 o'clock now, a bit later maybe. And yeah, like I started like asking Joe, like, where's a hotel to someone? And they said, took me to like a European Union hotel, and they said like £400 a night. And she was like, do you want to stay at ours for tonight and sort yourselves out tomorrow? And she let us stay in theirs. But I understand what you mean. Like you travel differently. Like none of that would have been stressful for me. Absolutely none of it. Even losing the phone charger, even just like getting there, my auntie not being in, none of that would have bothered me at all. But with the girlfriend there, it's like, crying, and we're homeless. It's like we're in the capital of Europe. We're obviously going to be able to sort ourselves out, to get it together. So yeah, I understand the difference between like if you go by yourself, you're willing to put yourself in more harm's way, but it was all their fault. The Airbnb would never have been lost if I had my phone.
Mm.
We would have just went to a bar, charged it up, 25 minutes. There you go, maps off.
Yeah, after the experience that I had, like Airbnb, it's it's mostly expensive.
Do you
Because
know?
you can always find like local websites where you can find local owners, and you will find like much cheaper, or even like hostels sometimes much cheaper. But
Yeah,
Airbnb, they are crazy. Sometimes they put crazy prices. I don't know. They put $200, $300, and you look
yeah,
at them and they're like a room for $200. I mean, wow, what you are doing,
yeah.
man?
Amsterdam's expensive Airbnb.
Crazy.
Yeah.
They have crazy prices. I don't know why.
Look, when you book for a month, sometimes you get like 60% discount.
Hmm.
So like something could be, I don't know, like £400 for the month, and you end up getting it for 190 for a month.
Hmm.
But like, couldn't do that back home. It then becomes cheaper to travel.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, sometimes booking is cheaper. It depends. You have
Yeah.
to find those opportunities. I mean, after France, where did you go?
I've literally started focusing on getting in shape. I felt out of shape. I feel when I vlog and just in life, when I'm out of shape, I'm just more lethargic. When I'm in shape, I've got more energy. It comes across in the videos a lot better, and I'm willing to put more effort into life in general. So really focused on getting myself into shape. I got my friend coming this weekend, so he's here, and then my ex from Mexico is coming to visit, the one who I travelled with, that same one.
Mm.
And she'll be staying here a few days. I'll put out some content to see what she thinks. Like a Latina coming to Birkenhead, see what she thinks of the place. And we'll go to like a Mexican restaurant, and she can say whether it's authentic or not. We'll think of some content.
For example, I
Prices have
see.
gone crazy now too.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I
find
see.
it
Find what?
England. One of your Terry Lane. Just reading out a comment. Yeah, I find it's a lot of the cheaper stuff. Like Coca-Cola, bars of chocolate, sweets, bread. I think it's the things that were low price are now high price, or like higher.
I want to ask you this. You said that you have like British passport, and like a lot of countries are open to you to visit. Why you like love Turkey that much? And I see you mostly your videos. I mean, mostly going to Turkey. Why exactly Turkey? You have like
Um,
all Europe, or you have so many countries. I mean, open to
um,
you.
There's a video where I'm in the Cavendish. I've got a big yardstick drink like that, and that was when I decided to go and pick somewhere. I was going to travel, didn't know where,
Hmm.
so I was drinking and I was going through Sky Scanner, and I was like, bin, nah, Turkey, go on then, one way, and then that was it. That's how I booked my holidays. The 1 way flight, just figure the rest out later on.
I thought you have something special about Turkey. I mean,
Yeah.
some relatives or no
Oh no,
friends.
do you know what? I actually wanted to do a lap around it. I wanted to go to Constantinople and Göbekli Tepe, like 2 historic sites. I wanted to go there and didn't get to either of them. And I wanted to cross the bridge in Istanbul. Didn't get to do it.
Mhm.
I was going around, and I was putting myself in harm's way quite a lot. Then I got to Mardin, and I was doing a live where I was going around the streets, and I met some unscrupulous guy. You know, I ended up getting spiked, and there was about half hour where I can't remember a thing, and then I run away from them. And when I run away, that's when I start getting my memory back. Rob watched that one, didn't you? Rob, have you still? I don't know, but yeah, like he chased me, and like I put my phone in the pocket, so it was complete darkness, and you could hear him shouting, and I was hiding and stuff, and I got away in the end. But at that point, I remember thinking, okay, that's as wild and as close as it's going to get for me being chased.
Mhm.
And then when I came back, um, stayed in the Bayham Hotel in Mersin. That was when the earthquake happened, which was even mental again. And then on the evacuation, going to Ankara through the mountains, it was like really snowy. The temperatures get low. It's like -5. Every car is just like flying, and the bus is sliding. Then we had like obviously a truck or something crashed up ahead, roadblocked for miles. We were stuck on the motorway for three hours. Then as we start going, same thing happens the other side. It's just so obvious. It was just so dangerous. Like, that whole bus ride was the weirdest one, in fact, because I'd just been through an earthquake, and like I'd no sentimental value to anything. So I was like, oh, this is strange. Like everyone seems to down. Then when I was on the bus, people would get a phone call. I wouldn't understand what they were saying. Then someone would just burst out into tears. And I'd just been through an earthquake as a vlogger there to get content, and it was just so like heavy, the situation. I didn't feel like getting my camera out to anything because someone was always in tears for the first like 3 hours of the bus ride. Then we ended up crashing on the motorway and being stuck for ages.
Yeah. The thing, I mean, I'm thinking about is like we were both saved from the earthquake. I mean, I don't know. We are lucky. Like God loves us.
Do you know the UK media? Because I spoke to the UK media a lot. They all said I was 180 miles away from it.
Yeah, and
We were
in
not
Mersin also we were like less than 100 miles. Like in Adana,
30 to Adana, 30 miles to Adana.
30
And
miles.
it was the actual hot point was in between Adana and Ustra.
Yeah.
Like it was on Google Maps for a while, Joe. It just flagged up as a red dot on Google Maps. When I was going past here on the bus heading back, it was there. It's not there now, but like it said that's where it happened. And it was in between
We didn't
the actual,
even had cracks on the walls.
yeah. When I
It's
was in the
crazy.
high rise, Joe, I'd wake up and I would check the cracks every morning. It was like,
And it
the
happened twice in Mersin. We felt it.
yeah,
Crazy.
what a place, Mersin.
Yeah.
When I arrived, it was actually Rob. Rob, what's that kind of crazy? Jesus, 2.5 grand.
Yeah, you can read the comments and insert them.
Yeah. I was speaking to Rob Lee actually, and it was like I'm on my way to Mersin. I just randomly bought a bus ticket And he was like, okay, I found out if this is the bus station, there's the closest hotel. It's the Bayhan Hotel. And it was where I said it was in the slums. Got there. And I just looked at it. It's like, oh, Rob, what have you done to me? First couple of days, the shower exploded. It was just a really run down area. And there was one night I went out and was like, like I'm going to go to one of these tea rooms. I'm just going to go to one. I was walking around of the night and I looked in. There was 4 guys in there. And I was like, I'm going to go in that one. And I walked in. Everyone was so shocked because it was just a family-owned tea. I don't know. It must be like a laundry operation or something because there's not much business going on there. And then, like when I went in there, started speaking to them. Yeah, one took a picture. Next minute, there was like 5 people, 6 people, 7 people, and then just like 14 people around me. And I was like, I don't really like this now. It's happened like so fast. Every conversation was the same. Like, hi, how are you? What's your name? Where you're from? Just every single person. But it was like quite intense. But I kept going back to like it cool off. I'd go back to the people of the wave of people. And I became like really good friends with them. He started making me English tea with the milk because I bought some milk, brought it round, taught them how to drink tea, and they were like, "That's an English milkshake." But every time I went round, they would give me the English tea, which was cool. And yeah, I think they were up to activity. Let's just say that.
Yeah. So, what's, for example, like the best things you learned from traveling?
Stress tolerance. Things will work out. Like in day-to-day life, if 5 people was to start kicking my door, I could phone the police, the problem solved. If I was to have no money, there's a friend, family, like in my day-to-day life, things are very, very safe. But like when you go out and travel, things go wrong and things don't always work out. So I would say be patient and just stress tolerance.
Yeah, I mean,
Through situations, just have to cope with it.
I wanted to say also like there is another there is maybe cons. I mean, it's maybe hard to travel with your family or with someone else, like you said with your girlfriend. But there is also a positive thing when you travel with your family or with someone you are responsible of. So you kind of save sometimes yourself from trouble. So, for example, you don't like visit like dangerous places. You
Yeah,
avoid
don't
like
take no risk.
talking to.
Everything's organised. You know exactly where you've got to be, and you're
Yeah,
getting
kind of
there.
more safe. But when
Yeah,
you're alone, you are more exposed to trouble.
definitely.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part when things go wrong. Like the hat. One of the most euphoric points in my life ever was I was in trouble for traveling so often with work because my flight got delayed and they said, "All right, you can't just go on holiday if you've got days off." And I'd already booked Belgium with my friend for 2 nights, so I left work, went straight to the airport, met my friend on the way, went to Belgium, and the plan was to spend 2 nights and then come straight back and then go straight to work. There was no wiggle room. So my friend's a big drinker. So when we met him, we start drinking. Uh, he gets drunk. We get to the place anyway. Check into the apartment and get the key. The lady leaves. We're like, okay, phone on charge. Let's go out. We'll go to the shop to get more beers. We went out, got the beers. On the way back, we realized we didn't know which high rise it was. There was like 6, all the same, and the key opened 2 bottoms. We couldn't. We thought we were so drunk when we arrived. We thought we were on one of the top floors, but it was on the 3rd floor. So it was like, all right, we're going to have to try the key on every door. So we go to the top floor, start like locking, unlocking, unlocking, unlocking. Go try and get to like the 7th. Some guy kicks off, and we were like, all right, we'll go to the fifth. Didn't open any doors. We left it, went to the next high rise on the same. We're like, oh my god, we're gonna do the same again. So like, we're stranded. Our passport, everything's in there. I'm gonna miss work. That's my job done. And like, I was really stressed. This is the most stressed I've ever been. Like, I probably would have cried if I was by myself, but I was with my friends. So like, you hold it together a bit. And then I go up to the high rise, and we're going like, I'm just gonna try every single one. Some guy comes out of his box. He's like, "Hey, you tried my door before?" And we told him the story. He's like, "I hope you get your room." I'm going down, just losing hope every door, because you obviously want to know for floors. And I was like, "Oh, it's definitely not this." I'm like, on the third floor. I put it in. It door opens. I've never felt so alive in my life. I looked at my friend. He thinks it's the wrong door for some reason. We go in. Like, I've never danced in my life. We were dancing and we were singing. We were just like jumping around, like total euphoria. And that's what travel can do. Because you know, for a little trip, I could have lost my job. Could have been on the streets in Belgium. I couldn't contact the woman. There was no way of, we would have just have to hang around them streets, and how we even recognised that we were so drunk when we met. I probably wouldn't have been able to do it. We were done. We'd have to walk to Calais and got a dinghy over. That was our option after that. I'd have lost my job. Everything was on the line at that point,
Mhm.
and we got it together.
Yeah, crazy.
Oh, sorry, forest flower. It's my accent. I'm from the north of England.
And how many languages do you know, by the way?
English and a bit of Spanish, but it's declining.
Hmm.
I would say the best way to learn a language is meet a girl that speaks that language, and you're willing to put the work in. You find the words faster, so much faster when you need to.
Yeah.
There's special wiring.
Hmm.
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah. Talking with the locals, it's the best option.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I find it
Um,
declines, and then when you're back to the country and you start seeing signs and hearing it, you pick it back up quicker. Do you find that? Because how many languages do you know? Russian, English?
yeah, but I'm more interested in you, for example, when you go to countries where you don't speak the language, how you deal with that. I mean, do you use only
Yeah,
the
yeah.
translator,
I'm
or what do you
animated.
do?
Like I'm open. When you can't speak a language, you've still got your body language,
Uh-huh.
so you can come across, and people can get a lot of trust from you being open and expressive, and you're like, oh, like um, if you're hungry, like do you just act it out to them, and they're like, oh, okay, I'll help you. Like I've got help everywhere I've gone.
Yeah.
So if I've
So
needed it,
you don't necessarily find people who speaks English.
no, I've sat there just with Google Translate, sliding it across.
Mm.
I'll give you an example. But when I went to Mexico to visit my ex and stay with the family, we went on holiday, and her dad and mum don't speak English. She speaks both. I spoke a little bit of Spanish, and her
Mhm.
dad's like Mexican FBI. And when we were on this holiday, he wanted to have a conversation with me. That was
Mm.
the memo. Like I was on holiday, wanting to drink and stuff like that. So I was like, all right, all right, all right. And then the first night, like I caught the sun, so it really gone red. I was like, oh, I'm too sick, I'm red. And he was like, love looking after me. And I thought I got away with it. And the next day, the mum called me, and we had two phones, and we were just swap and translate across. And I
Mhm.
thought I got away with it. And then she then called me down. I sat there, I was like, Dad, and he's like, what are your intentions? Really? I'm like, oh, shit. What do you mean? Like, short term? All. Oh, God. I was hoping to try and section it off, but no, like you just deal with it. I think
Mhm.
you act things out and you be expressive. Normally, I'm quite introverted, so when you're put into those situations where you need to be expressive, and it doesn't always need to be like, oh, I'm tired. You can be firm. I'll give you an example in nursing. I went to just a really rough kebab shop, and I sit down, and there's a few Turkish people, and there's quite a lot of tensions with the different groups. Some Syrians from round, and he's right in my face. I'm sitting there, got my wallet or phone in that in each pocket, so I don't want to take it out because if he grabs it, he just run off. And he looked like a physical guy. So like he's talking to me. I can't use translate. I can't just give him money because I'd have to get my whole wallet out. And then it's like food, okay, two, like that. And then he goes and sits down. Then his mate runs around. I was like, oh crap, And I was like, right, I have to get up. I was like, 1, 2, no more, no more. I don't care who comes around the corner, but there's no more. 1, 2, me. That's it. Everyone knew. No matter who come around the corner, there was only 2 meals getting given out. And they just sat down and everyone was respectful. And I tell you what, I was on my phone and I looked up at them and they were looking at me like I was food. And then this was before we getting served. There was total silence. I've got a little clip of this because I secretly recorded. I'll send it to you if you want. It's just so silent, so weird. There's no police, there's no help. You've got the Turks who hate them, and you've got them who are looking at me like I'm food. And then they ask me where I'm from, and when I say England, I see the older guy, Joe, his eyes light up. You're like, oh, hang on here. Turns around to his friend like that to talk to him, and he's like, no. The young one who came up close. He's like, no, so like I think the younger one had a bit of respect because of bought food. Anyway, I took my food and just got off, but it just goes to show you don't always need verbal language. If you just body language, no, you can be in a situation where you could have got robbed or followed. And just by
Yeah, well, in Turkey, not that much people speak English. I was always using the translator, and sometimes I have a funny story about it, like Turkey when it happened to me often. When I enter to a store or I want to talk to someone, I just take the phone. The phone use the microphone to make them talk and put the phone on their face, and then they don't understand what I'm doing. Like, I mean, maybe I look somehow Turkish, but they don't expect that I'm a foreigner or something. So I just put the phone on their face like this because I want them to talk and to see the translation. Yeah. So
did you get many taxis in Turkey?
Turkey?
Use taxis.
I don't remember.
I took my phone off me and drove with my phone with Google Maps, Joe, because I would say, yeah, they'd be driving every single time. Just so I couldn't even get like a clip, Joe, if I was making a vlog, Joe, like I could never have a taxi clip. They always take my phone off and use it for directions. Sometimes they're speaking on there. It's like,
Yes, and as well, taxi drivers as well. Like, I prefer to not use them. They always take more than it's needed. They charge more because they see you like a foreigner, and they charge more.
I found it okay in Turkey, to be honest. Never got ripped off once. Don't think. I think
it happened to me. It happened to me, and that's why I was using mostly. They have a good system of transport in Turkey, but I don't like the system because they have in each, for example, let's suppose, I don't know, like Dubai. I was in Dubai. Like, you buy a card, you can travel all Dubai, and even like you can use that card. I think even in Abu Dhabi they have another card. Anyway, the same system also they have. Each town, so each city or each town, you have to buy its own card. For example, in Mersin, you have to buy the card of Mersin and you can ride the bus. In Konya, you have to buy the card of Konya. In Izmir, you have to buy the card of Izmir.
Why they
don't do it just one country?
If that's the case.
Yeah, why they don't do it just one card for one country for all the transport for all the towns and the cities? You have always to find a place where to buy that card to use the bus. It's crazy.
Yeah. I only really used the national buses. Did you use go to like city to city or town to town?
Those ones. Yeah, because of the language, uh, uh, I didn't want to use them and like asking
No.
how much, where to
Do
go,
you know what?
to
You get looked
explain.
after on those. There's like
Because
comfortable
why I
seats
use
and
those buses I'm talking about with cars, because they have applications, and in the application you can know where to get out, where to find the bus, where to go,
okay.
which bus to take. But those that you are talking about, they have no application, so you just go
No,
and
they're just you go. They'll try and
yeah,
drag you to a stand. Like, hey, you going somewhere? Come on, go to this place.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But
Um,
I like to use the applications. It was more
yeah, I suppose
practical.
it's cleaner. So
Mhm,
yeah, with the applications, different one for each.
mhm. Yeah, and
Okay.
they have also applications for each town, for each city. I mean, if you go to Mersin, you download and install the application of Mersin. If you are traveling a lot in Turkey, you have to have like 10, 20 applications just to use their buses.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. They need to make that
For,
easier.
for example, here in Serbia, they have the train is it's very good. The high speed train, it can go even to other countries like European countries and other Eastern countries here. And it's I mean, they have the same system, the same train, the same website. You enter and check the
Ah,
time
yeah,
when
yeah.
it goes,
Yeah,
when
I
it
get what you
comes.
mean.
Yeah,
Okay.
and
So
also
what's like the average
the
train price
taxi,
in
the taxi
Serbia right
system.
now? Like a
What?
local and then like city to city. What's the how much
What?
would that cost a train ride? Like a local
It's
one,
very
just a
cheap. It's
four stops
very
down the
cheap.
road, and then how much would that compare to a national?
Uh, let's say I don't know how many miles, like maybe 50 miles between the place I live and Belgrade. It costs about €2.
What?
Yeah,
Decent.
uh, I will see like how many kilometers. Yeah. About 30 miles, something like that. 30 miles, €2. And if you
Yeah.
buy the ticket go and back, like you buy the ticket, you know that you are going back, so in the same day, so it will go even cheaper, like I mean €3.5 two-way, like
Okay.
yeah,
Not bad.
it's cheaper, like
Not bad.
and for example, going to let's say Novi Sad, like maybe 100 miles also cost about €3 and a little bit.
Still,
Yeah, yeah,
I need to get
yeah,
out there. I need to get out like that.
yeah.
From
It's cheap. I
February, I
don't know
think I'll be
how much
traveling a lot,
how
just
much
randomly.
the train cost in UK.
Um, for local, about €3, still like a couple. For quite far, but still local, maybe €6, and then to London, 50 to 200, maybe even
Do you
more.
live do you live that far from London?
Yeah, 280 miles,
80 miles. So
280,
80 miles, how much you pay for the train to go
maybe
to?
like 50 if you get it good. But it could be if you was to go randomly and say, "Oh, I need to go to London now," you could be looking at like £300. So like €350, €200. It can be that much.
€200?
Yeah, more.
100 wow. What the hell?
More, yeah, like it can be scandalous.
Crazy.
But a coach, you can usually get a coach from here to London for £10, £20. So 20,
Hmm.
yeah, €15, €25 ish.
Big difference.
That's in the coach, so that's like 8 hours, 6 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I mean, why people, I mean, like who earn in dollar or earn in, especially if they are earning online, they have online work. remote work, remote job, it's better for them to go to another country and
Oh
live
yeah,
like kings.
Britain, yeah.
Why they stay in their own countries?
I find since I came back from Turkey, say you've got, I don't know, £80 in your wallet and you're just going around, bit of shopping, eat,
Hmm.
it goes faster,
Yeah.
like a lot faster. You've got a lot more change. I find if you do like social activities, like go for do a lot of things in a day, you notice it in a day on individual things. It's like 5% there, a little bit percent there. A train fare might have gone from £5 to £5.35. But like when you go out, you go shopping, you have the meal to like all the extra 50p's, £2, £3. It feels like the money runs out a lot faster.
Hmm.
Sorry for not catching it. We were just talking about the price of stuff in the UK and how it's easier to spend money, basically. Where about you from? Frost flour.
What about the salaries in UK?
Um, what's the average? I think it's £26,000 a year is about average. I think to
Hmm.
be in the top 10%, it's £60,000 a year.
Yes. So you don't talk by month. It's just like in US. Usually,
No, it's in
I mean,
pounds, so
in
it's a little bit more
Russia,
in the
in
US.
Turkey, even
No,
even.
it's hourly rates over here, to be honest. You look at the hourly rate, unless you're on a salary where it's fixed.
Mhm. I mean, in Russia, in Eastern Europe, and I think maybe here as well, they talk also when they ask about salaries. Usually, they talk about monthly,
Yeah, like
but in UK and the US, they talk yearly always.
yeah, like we more often than not, you don't always work a full month anyway. You always do overtime or
Mhm.
take some time off.
Yeah.
And there's also like different amount of days in each month, so you get paid differently from some
But
places.
if you are saying like 26,000 a year, that means like about 2,000 and something. Like let's suppose 3,000 a month. Uh, for me, if we compare with the prices you have, so it's not that much.
No, like we're in fast decline, mate. We are in fast decline.
Yeah.
We've got terrible politicians.
Mm.
Um, we like to spend our money on wars that we shouldn't be got no business getting involved in. No one's agreed to it. No one wants to do it, but we've got a few people that do, and they're the people who fail society exactly. Like
Mm.
yeah, Britain's hard for a lot of people. A lot of people, it's hard. I'll give you an example. The other week, I was on Facebook and I saw in a group chat, not group chat, in like a Facebook page, a local one, anonymous comment. They're like, "Oh, really embarrassed to say this. Um, I've got a kid and boyfriend's out of work. This, that, the other. We've got no food, no money." And I went to the comments and there's like all helplines and stuff. And I said, "Send me your bank details." And then she inboxed me and I sent them some money. So, there's a lot of people, genuine reasons,
Mm.
just haven't got enough to live with because of the price of things and the way things are going. They've made bad choices. They're not prepared for it. Perhaps they overspend, but like under earning.
I'm thinking about those people who, for example, they want to go to countries like UK to earn more money. So, I mean, if they go to such country and earn that money, but they spend like much higher in that country, I mean, what's
Yeah,
the What's the purpose? What's the
Yeah.
goal? I mean,
Um,
you just
I'll give
earn
you an
and
example. I
spend
would
what
say
you earn.
up until around 2019, yeah, just before COVID, as a single person, if you earn the worst job full time, the worst job, the lowest, you got to
Mhm.
find the lowest legally paying job that you could earn, you would be able to live in a apartment, eat, and get through. You wouldn't have a great life, but you know, it could be done. You know, on the worst job, living by yourself
Mhm.
independently, with no handouts, no benefit to you. It was possible. I don't think it is now. I think bills, like my phone bill is like £170 a month, or
Mm.
170 just for my phone bill. It was already high, and then they put it up like 10%, like £17 a month extra.
Yeah. Crazy what will happen after, let's say, from now 10 years, because
I know,
the
yeah. So like
situation is not going
you're paying with
for the
Cheerios and
best.
stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it seems to be we want to go to a fully carbon neutral green. No one can fly except for in private jets kind of society.
Hmm.
That's one thing that worries me, a carbon footprint. I don't have a high one, but don't want to be like, oh, sorry, you're stuck in that zone for, well,
Mm.
you've lived and not used carbon for long enough to accumulate a flight back home or something. It's
Mhm.
just crazy. That's a new level of stress. I don't think I'd be happy with it.
Yeah. Yeah. That topic is prohibited to talk about.
Uh,
Oh my
no,
God. Yeah.
I think my country's heading in a bad way. We've got a new online safety, but my country, England, I
Mm.
think I would say we're leading the way in, or like pushing in controlling the public, the rules that we already had rules to stop online hate and stuff like that, and rules to tackle people who incite violence. Like the fact that we've ushered in a new wave of brand new laws, it worries me for the stuff I say, because I joke a lot and people don't know I'm joking.
Mm.
You know, like my friends and local people know it's sarcasm, but to people who don't know me, they would never know. So I would never want to be up where they read a verbatim comment that I've said. It sounds so much worse. When I was working for the council in these meetings, they would read them out verbatim to me in the meetings. It's like, oh, Jesus Christ, gotta get sharp, gotta be careful what I say, gotta be careful how I word things, because I'm going to be back in here justifying things. So, do
Yeah.
slumlords exist in the UK? Good question. 100%. 100% they do. Um, I've got a legal case against one, so I can't really talk about it, but I was in one and I got injured. It was quite bad. Yeah, it's private landlords. They just want to make as much money as possible.
Mm.
So, yeah,
I was
they
reading
exist. And
what is slum lord.
a slumlord is someone who has properties and he rents them out. Um, Perhaps he would rent them out to illegal migrants and have 10 in the house, or he won't
Mm.
care about the people around them. He won't care about the conditions will go bad.
The fact that it's called Lord
Yeah, I don't know if,
made you
yeah,
think.
it is what it is, though, isn't it? You're a slum lord, you're the lord of your
Yeah.
small little empire, and you keep the people in slums by keeping the rent at the highest you can possibly get out of them, and you get trapped in depression in the slum.
Yeah, for example, in India, when I was in India, they showed me I was like walking around, like in Chennai, called Chennai, the city. and I just wanted to film one place, and they told me to not enter there. And I was with a friend from India, and he told me that a castle, like a big castle, a big place, like, I mean, it's owned by one family, like it looks like touristic place. It doesn't look like, I mean, something like so someone can own, but he owned that, and he bought that like a castle, like a big one, like, I don't know, big territory. And we could see that only from outside. It's they have security,
Unbelievable.
so they don't allow you to enter.
It is scary,
And
the
it's
wealth some
owned by
people have.
one family, like a big, I mean, like crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, like when you walk around London and you see like estate agents, you know, like 20 grand a month and stuff for an apartment, £20,000. So it's just like who's the clientele? Like bankers and footballers. Even like who would do that? £20,000 a month, rent a place when you could mortgage. They're like, I don't know. Like I suppose it's the mindset, isn't it? Like I would never be able to do that.
Yeah, I have also a question. I heard about. I mean, I don't know that much about UK because I don't like. I don't usually watch videos from UK people. Mostly Americans. They pop up in my recommendation, maybe because YouTube is American. And in America, I heard that in US they have like a kind of something like recently created, a kind of Ministry of Truth or something like that. Do we have the
A
same in
ministry
UK?
of which? A
Of
ministry of
truth.
which?
Yeah, kind of. They have like fact checkers.
Oh
That
yeah,
maybe that,
yeah. Like fact checker, ministry of like fact truth kind of thing.
and if someone like say something like not right or not correct, they can be in trouble.
I think it was might have been the year before last. 3,300 people got arrested for online posts in the UK.
Now
So
for posts also.
posts for just saying things online.
Uh,
So yeah, like we have it that side, and then we have fact checkers. So if I was to make a COVID information video underneath, if you log in, it would say this
yeah,
the facts about COVID. Click this link. Is that what you're talking about?
yeah, yeah. So the same in UK also. There is such thing.
Yeah. I think every government has
Hmm.
a social media arm that they
Hmm.
keep tabs for. I think, yeah, I definitely know the British government do. They keep tabs, and there's categories that they put you in depending on your output. It works out whether you're a threat, whether you're an inspirer kind of thing. We have that. I was watching a podcast on it, and there was a guy explaining it a lot more eloquently than I am.
Did you face any kind of restrictions in the countries you visited?
Um, Restrictions in what way? Like,
I mean, I don't know, like strange, strange restrictions that you didn't expect.
the fact that you've got to have identification on you all the time when you go away. In Britain, we
Because
don't have
like different countries
identification.
had different restrictions.
Pardon? Entry
Different
restrictions.
countries. Yeah.
No, like I generally pick countries that I can just fly
Mhm.
to, so you don't have to have a layer of stress. But Mexico was a visa. Other than that, no.
Yeah, because, I mean, there are some people they create, for example, videos about never do that in such country, never do that in the other country. So that's why I'm
Um,
asking.
Drinking on the streets always prohibited, pretty much. Like but that's my culture. If you look back at Liverpool's heritage in the 1800s, it was renowned for drunkenness on the streets.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's been a culture all the way through. So it just so UK culture to have a beer on the streets, and you can't do it abroad, or you're not supposed to. Also, crossing roads, like in Britain, well, the ID is a big one. you have to carry it around with you. If you get stopped, the police get like angry with you. In fact, I got stopped in Turkey and I never carry mine ever. Why? I don't get it. And the police, like military police, stopped me in Gaziantep and they pulled me over. And they're like, ID. And I was like, oh, I haven't got it. It's back at mine to like in the hotel. And they're like, well, we need to see it. And I was like, well, I haven't got it. It's back at the hotel. And like, we need to see it. And there's a video that I made in Turkey where I do that with my passport real quick. And then I got the video on my phone, paused it on the screen, and showed them. But ID, I don't get why you would want to take your passport out with you to do stuff.
At least you had like military guys. You like expect that they are military guys and they are asking you for passports. And in the same happened to me in Mersin. Also, I was going to that Mersin Marina or something like that, like a place, special place for tourists. And I was walking there recording, and two guys came to me with like suits like this, and they didn't have any like I don't know, police hat
No,
or police suit,
obvious.
nothing, like regular guys. They come, why you are filming here? I'm just recording, making videos, YouTube. uh, Give me your passport. What I mean, how? I mean, how? Like a regular person, you can go to the street. A regular person, not wearing like a police suit or something, telling you, "Give me your passport." I will not give you. Why you aren't going to give me? I told you, give me your passport. That means you have to give me. Who the hell are you? How? And he after that only he showed me the ID. So when he showed me the ID, even though I didn't believe him, okay, you have ID. Where is your suit? And he started calling his friend. His friend also came, also showed me his ID, and I said okay, and I gave them the passport. They saw it and they left me alone.
Crazy.
Like if they are military guys, you expect from that from them. But if you're
Yeah.
like civil people, like I mean, simple people, citizens, I mean, how you can just give them your passport like that? I mean, they have to work on that. I mean, if they want to stop foreigners or to stop anyone, I mean, they have to wear at least a suit or something. I mean,
But you say that, but in the UK, if you're walking around the street, the police have got no right to ask you for anything. You've got no obligation. You can just say that no obligation. But people make videos of it
yeah.
all the time. But the
The
police
thing
aren't
that
allowed to ask you your name, your address, or anything.
yeah,
Well,
yeah,
they're allowed to ask you, but you've got no obligation to tell them.
yeah.
So you can just quite often just wait it out. Like, I don't consent to being searched. What do you suspect me of doing? If you don't suspect me of a crime, am I being detained? And then they'll either say yes or no. And you either walk away or you don't walk away. There's
Yeah,
so
I mean,
many videos.
even in Russia, that never happened to me. Like living in Russia for so many years. I mean, despite all the things that were told about Russia, I mean, like 12 years in Russia, like in my adult, I mean, after 25 years old, 12 years in Russia, I have never been stopped by the police. I mean, in other countries like Georgia, we went to, like, I mean, Dubai, I mean, even Sri Lanka, India, even in Serbia. I'm like a few months living here. I was never stopped by police, but in Turkey, I was.
Yeah, they're suspicious.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what put me off at the end when I was feeding people. It was the amount of stops by the police. You know, if you can imagine, you must be out to stop people. Look at a crowd. You got the big white guy. He's the one that, like, it just felt like that, and it was just like that. You know, it's a matter of time before someone takes me in. I've actually got interviews on my phone where I've never translated, and there was a guy from the BBC who got arrested for interviewing people, and they said it was misinformation.
In
So I was like,
Turkey,
I don't even know what that says. You know, so if they were to take it in, they'd scan your phone or whatever, they would see
that's
these
in Turkey.
interviews. I was like, oh God, you know, like I've got to get out. You know, like if I do get taken in, and you know, like they'll keep you in for 3 days, probably whatever. Who knows what the rights are out there? While someone looks through your phone, they'll just go through every message, go through everything, and decide what to
That's
do
in
with you.
Turkey. You are saying in Turkey, yes?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, exactly. Turkey.
Interesting.
It happened around the earthquake. There's a BBC reporter went to interview people after the earthquake, and then he got arrested for misinformation in Turkey, potential 3 years. And then I got stopped by the police like 3 times in 3 days, and I was like,
Mhm.
it's only a matter of time before you get one cop who's not happy with it and takes you in, and then they've got more rights. They can look through your phone. You hear this interview of this guy saying who knows what in Turkish,
Mhm.
and that'll be that.
And the interesting thing is that even in Algeria, also, I was never stopped by police, and they are
No.
not that strict.
You're
Algeria
half
is
Algerian, then, aren't you?
What?
Half Algerian.
Yeah, I'm half Algerian. Yeah.
My friend who's
So
visiting today, in fact, is Algerian.
who
Abdu. He's from
live
Algeria.
with you?
Yeah.
Cool.
Not right now. He's left now, but
Yeah. There are a lot of Algerians like in couch surfing, and they are like traveling. Yeah, I know about that.
Cool.
That's cool.
Strange times we're living in, even England. Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna exit if that's okay with you.
Yeah, we can finish the stream.
How long's the stream?
What you said? You need to go now.
We could wrap it up, or that.
Yeah. Just I mean, just tell what you will record about, for example, why people need to subscribe on you, because I will share your
Because
link.
I'm going to get a lot better this year. I'm going to be focused. It's going to be funny. Going to see good things. You're going to see interesting things. I'm happy to put myself in harm's way. I'm happy to help people out and stuff. Yeah.
Any
But
countries
this
you
year
are
I'm
planning
going
to
to build up
visit?
the content, and next year I want to make a video every single day. And I believe the only way to do that is if I travel, and I've got to concoct a plan that's entertaining to try and take people on the journey. So I think the only way to do it would be going around the world. I think the only way to make a video a day. So that's what I'm hoping to do.
Cool. So you want to keep traveling different countries?
Yeah.
Maybe new country, not Turkey.
No. I think next it'd be somewhere in Europe. Probably somewhere I've been before, but yeah, definitely Europe. I've got family in Norway, and Norway has the highest revenue per view. So I think I might go to Norway and try and get some Norwegian.
That will be cool.
Norwegian supporters.
Okay. So we've finished. Thank you everybody for watching.
Okay, good to see you, mate.
Yeah, good to see you. I hope to collaborate with you and to stream with you more.
All right, mate. See you soon.
Yeah, I wish you success. Okay,
Merry Christmas,
bye.
everyone. Bye.
Bye. Happy Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Yeah.